Arsenal's next challenge brings them face-to-face with Manchester United. Ironically, it was the Red Devils who had just done Arsenal a favor in the title race, beating Manchester City 2-0 in the previous round. But in football, friends quickly turn into rivals. Just days after helping Arsenal's cause, United now stand directly in their way. The showdown takes place on January 25th at the Emirates Stadium, a ground that has been a fortress for Arsenal this season. The Gunners remain unbeaten at home in the Premier League. After 11 league matches at the Emirates, they have won 9, drawn 2, scored 26 goals, and conceded just 5. Those numbers tell a powerful story. The Emirates isn't just a ground anymore. It's a place built on belief and momentum. And right now, it's a massive warning sign for Michael Carrick's men. That draw against Forest was a huge missed opportunity. Just like the week before, City dropped points, giving Arsenal the perfect chance to pull away. But for the second time in a row, they just couldn't capitalize. In the Champions League, however, Arteta's side quickly reminded everyone of their level. The impressive 3-1 victory over Inter Milan was a statement performance. Squad depth was on full display, with rotation making no impact on quality. Both Gabriel Jesus and Victor Gyökeres found the net, and that win did a lot to restore confidence after the disappointment against Forest. Arsenal remain the most balanced and consistent team in the Premier League this season, something the league table itself makes impossible to argue with. For Arteta, minor slip-ups like the Forest draw may cause some concern, but the wider picture brings reassurance. Manchester City continue to drop points, even suffering a shock defeat to Bodo Glimt in the Champions League. And that context gives Arsenal every reason to step into this clash with confidence. Their opponents, Manchester United, are riding an emotional wave of their own. The 2-0 win over City was more than just 3 points. It created a memory, a moment supporters will hold on to. It also marked the true beginning of Michael Carrick's era, following the short and controversial spell under Ruben Amorim. Across those 90 minutes, United showed something fans have rarely seen in recent years: unity, discipline, and ruthless efficiency. Bryan Mbeumo and Patrick Dorgu got the goals, but the most remarkable detail was this: Manchester City failed to register a single shot on target. For many United supporters, it was a perfect performance, not just because of the scoreline, but because, for the first time in a long while, it felt like the real Manchester United had returned. Carrick has earned plenty of praise, especially for the way he handled Kobbie Mainoo. The young midfielder made his first Premier League start of the season, partnering Casemiro in a double pivot. Under Ruben Amorim, Mainoo had repeatedly been linked with a move away from Old Trafford, but Carrick was quick to publicly praise him after the match. Mainoo's ability to link defense with attack proved crucial. Time and again, he helped Manchester United break through Manchester City's pressing traps, disrupting Pep Guardiola's system and forcing City into uncomfortable positions. That victory lifted United up to 5th place with 35 points, just one behind Liverpool in the race for the top 4. With only 4 points separating 4th and 9th, the potential is clearly there, but it also underlines the need for consistency if Carrick truly wants to guide this team back into the Champions League. Bruno Fernandes continued to act as the conductor, seamlessly linking up with Bryan Mbeumo and Amad Diallo. On the left, Patrick Dorgu delivered one of his best performances since joining the club, playing as a true left winger and pushing Matheus Cunha to the bench. At the back, Manchester United were solid, organized, and proactive, something rarely seen in the previous period. Still, the challenge that awaits them at the Emirates is on a different level altogether. Arsenal are masters of control, dictating the tempo and punishing opponents from set pieces. Looking at the history, the head-to-head record slightly favors Manchester United. Across 244 meetings, the Red Devils have won 102 times, Arsenal 91, with 51 draws. In their most recent encounter earlier this season at Old Trafford, Arsenal edged a 1-0 win thanks to a Ricardo Calafiori header from a corner kick. But the scoreline didn't tell the full story. United were the stronger side for most of the first half, creating chances but failing to convert. The second half was tighter, and Arsenal managed to protect their slim advantage. As for the injuries, Manchester United are only without Matthijs de Ligt, sidelined with a back injury. while Nussair Mazraoui has returned after AFCON duty. Arsenal face bigger concerns. Max Daumann is ruled out with an ankle injury, while both Piero Hincapié and Riccardo Calafiori remain doubts ahead of the clash. These absences could have a real impact on Arteta's squad depth, especially with Arsenal needing to maintain high intensity against a Manchester United side full of confidence. Arsenal's expected lineup is likely to feature David Raya in goal, a back four of Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White, a midfield trio of Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard, and an attacking line of Trossard, Gyökeres, and Bukayo Saka. Manchester United, meanwhile, are expected to line up with Lamens in goal, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, and Shaw across the back, Casemiro and Mainu as the central midfield pairing, with Diallo, Fernandes, and Dorgu operating behind Brian Mbeumo as the lone striker. For Arsenal to get a positive result at the Emirates, they must fully understand how Michael Carrick's Manchester United actually play. This is not a United side looking to dominate possession or control the game through long spells on the ball. Instead, they are comfortable stepping back, defending compactly, and striking at the right moment. If Arsenal approach the game with their usual desire to impose themselves without preparing for that scenario, they could easily put themselves in danger. Looking back at the Manchester derby, United almost completely avoided building from the back. They finished the match with just 32.5% possession, their lowest figure of the season, while playing at a direct speed of 2.07 meters per second. Their long ball rate, at 15.2%, was also among the highest this campaign. With Manchester City enjoying the ball but leaving spaces during transitions, Carrick exploited those gaps to perfection. Arsenal, therefore, must be extremely cautious of United's counter-attacking threat, especially with the Gunners often pushing high and using their fullbacks very wide. One player Arsenal simply cannot afford to ignore is Kobbie Mainoo. Under Ruben Amorim, he was almost frozen out of the plans. Carrick, however, immediately handed him a key role in midfield. His ability to escape pressure in tight spaces and link the play is exactly what United need to beat a high press. He's become a crucial weapon for them. Most importantly, Mainoo's energy allows Casemiro to shift across and protect the space behind him, reducing Rodri's influence on the other side. Mainoo never stops moving, a complete contrast to the player Ruben Amorim once criticized for his off-the-ball work. For Arsenal, that means the midfield trio of Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard must stay compact, keep their distances right, and deny Mainoo the space to turn and drive through the lines. Another aspect Arsenal cannot afford to overlook is the way Manchester United are now organized defensively. Under Amorim, even with a back three, United were often exposed because centre-backs stepped too high to support midfield, leaving large spaces behind. Carrick simplified things. Carrick doesn't want his defenders taking unnecessary risks. Instead, United focus on keeping their shape and using recovery runs to plug the gaps. They defend in a narrow 4-4-2 block with very small gaps between the lines and use selective pressing to disrupt build-up at the right moments. This approach demands patience from Arsenal: quick, accurate ball circulation, smart positioning, and absolute focus when pushing the defensive line high. Manchester City were punished for individual mistakes in those moments, and Arsenal cannot afford to repeat them. Michael Carrick's Manchester United may still be some distance away from becoming a true powerhouse again. But in games where they are expected to suffer without the ball, that very role can turn into a hidden advantage. And if Arsenal lose control for even a second during transitions, United have already shown they are more than capable of turning those moments into real punishment.